of your energy as if it's expensive, as if it's like a luxury item. Not everyone can afford it.
Yep.
Like, not everyone has invested in you in order to be able to have the capital for you to care about this.
Right.
Because like what you spend your energy on, that's the day.
Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm Roxy and I'm so happy to have you here. And I have a question for you. Have you ever felt overwhelmed, anxious, or emotionally overstimulated and you had no idea what to do in the moment to make yourself feel better? Let's be real, we've all had moments like these. We've all had moments where we felt as if life has just been too much. You feel like if you're spiraling, your thoughts are racing, your palms are clammy, you feel hot behind your neck. I know that is something that I feel. And you just feel heavy and stuck in your body. In times like these, you don't need some kind of motivation or inspiration. You just need to feel safe again. And this is where self-soothing comes in. Self-soothing is the ability to calm your own mind and your body during moments of stress, anxiety, or emotional overload. It is literally how you tell your nervous system, hey, it's safe now. We are okay. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, stress, feeling burnt out, or just having those off days, knowing how you can calm your own nervous system is a powerful skill. And a lot of times it is not something that we know about. It's not something that we're taught. It's something that we just have to figure it out and be real. A lot of us don't even figure it out because I've only recently started realizing that this is a technique that I can use when I just don't feel my best. When things are happening in my life that seem out of control and I'm just like all over the place, like I literally feel to sink down and cry. These are techniques that pull me out of that, and these are going to be very useful to you as well. In this video, I'm sharing with you 7 techniques that you can use to self-soothe yourself in moments like these. For each of these techniques, I'm going to share with you practical ways that you can use these and implement these, so it's not something that's wishy-washy or far-fetched. These are going to make you feel grounded and they're going to make you feel safe, regulated, and supported. These are things that you can do yourself. These are not something where someone can swoop in and save you. These are things that you are very, very capable of doing on your own. This is the ability to calm yourself without external help. I love thinking about it as being your own emotional caretaker. And with these techniques, you'll be able to soothe your own nervous system. Think about the times when you feel triggered, anxious, burnt out, or you just are going through a tough season emotionally. These are things that you can practice to pick yourself up and get yourself out of those emotionally challenging times. Self-soothing is so important because it helps to regulate your nervous system. You know how when you feel the things that we mentioned, all of those not so good feelings, you really enter a fight or flight state? This is going to redirect you to comfort and calming your nervous system using your own presence, your senses, and your own intentional practices, which we'll get into obviously, you guys. I got you. It's like giving yourself emotional first aid. It also creates a sense of safety in your body. Always remember that your body is supposed to be your safe space, and you're going to relearn how you can make your body that safe space if you don't feel like that right now. So let's break these 7 techniques down into the first one, which is touch. This is where you're going to calm yourself down through physical comfort. So touch helps to calm your somatic nervous system. So this is the part of your body that holds on to stress physically, and this is something that we often forget, that our body literally holds on to stress, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But physical touch and that comforting feeling literally helps to signal to your brain that you are safe, supported, and you are not in danger. Touch or soft texture can lower your cortisol, which we know is your stress hormone, and in turn it releases oxytocin, which is that feel-good hormone. So when it comes to touch, one of the practical steps that you can take is using a weighted blanket. So a weighted blanket is like a blanket, but it's heavier. So the weighted blanket mimics the feeling of a hug. So you know when you get a really nice hug, how good it feels? It's the same concept with the weighted blanket. When you're falling asleep and you have a weighted blanket, it can actually drastically improve your sleep quality. And fun fact, this deep pressure therapy is often used when people have anxiety and sleeping disorders, because again, it gives you that sense of calm, that warm hug feeling. Something else you can do is massage your body or stretch. So remember, we talked about stress being physically held in our body. A lot of times it's in our jaw, so that would be like when we're grinding our jaw at night. It can be, for me especially, it is in my upper body, it's by my neck. Oh my god, so painful. It can also be in your lower back. Wherever you feel that tension and those knots in your body, that is where you are carrying that stress. So when you have like a neck massager, or you just take some oil and you rub your body out, those are ways that you can release that physical stress and tension that you're feeling after you have a really good stretch. Even if it's simple as tiptoeing and reaching to the sky or folding forward, all of these things help to release that tension in your body, and you feel so good after. You can also hold a soft object. You know, when people have those stress balls, it feels soft and you can like squeeze it. Think of things like that. Pillows, plushies, a cozy blanket. These things provide that tactile comfort. That feeling of touch that is comforting. Also a huge one, holding your pets. For me, like I know like when I have my cat and I'm touching my cat and her fur is so soft and she starts purring, I instantly feel better. So don't forget that your pets are literally emotionally supportive animals, because it makes sense, because you can touch them and they feel so soft and so comforting. You can use a warm heating pad. I know if you have cramps and you put like a hot water bottle on you, that can be something that really helps release that pain and that ache in your body. There are also like heating pads that you can stick onto your body. It soothes your muscles. It releases the stress and tension in your body. You can also apply lotion or a body oil mindfully. Think of this as a little ritual. You're applying lotion to your hands or legs. You can even use scented calming essential oils. For me, I love rolling out my legs. It really makes me feel as if the stress is like melting away out of my body. When it comes to touch, feeling like a comforting moment, think back on holding a baby, how a baby instantly calms down when you are soothing them. This is something that comforted us when we were children, when we were babies. And it's so funny that as we get older, we forget that we can do it for ourselves. When you apply deep and gentle pressure to your skin, your body releases the oxytocin, like we mentioned, and it reduces that cortisol level. And it is telling your body that, hey, we're safe here, we're safe right now. This is something that you can do in the moment when you feel anxious and triggered and burnt out and emotionally overwhelmed, or simply when you feel disconnected with your body. Other simple ways you can incorporate this is by having fresh, clean sheets, so that when you lie down, those cool sheets make you feel so good. You can wear a soft fabric like a robe. I love having my fluffy robes. I would wear it on mornings when I'm sipping tea, or at night when I'm just winding down. This is going to feel funny, but you can hug yourself. Like a gentle hug is going to immediately comfort you, and it's simple and you can do it in the moment, which makes it a very powerful technique. Next up is sight. You're going to use calming visuals to soothe your anxiety. Your visual environment directly impacts your mood, and what you see affects how you feel. Bright lights or chaotic visuals can really trigger your anxiety, while calming visuals can lower that sensory overload and give your brain something peaceful to focus on. Think about how you feel in a hospital with the bright lights and everything is just harsh, versus stepping into a spa where everything is dimly lit, there's soft lighting. You feel so much better because of what you're seeing. So something you can do is watch calming videos, like watching something of nature, watching like a really nice ASMR cleaning routine, an aquarium. I know it sounds wild, but seeing those calm movements can instantly make you feel better. You can watch those cozy night routines. You can literally put on a nature walk and like visualize yourself walking as well. All of these things are going to reduce that visual overload. You can create a vision board, one of my favorite things to do, and this can help you refocus your mind on your hopes and not your worries. It directs your focus towards something hopeful and positive. And I, of course, have to mention my dream board magazine. It is what I use when I'm making my dream board. It has all of these beautiful images, and again, these things are invoking a sense of calm. You don't have that visual overload. Everything looks beautiful, it looks aesthetic, it instantly is going to boost your mood. That is why when you're making a vision board, you put things that make you feel happy, that make you feel good. You're not going to put things that make you depressed or make you not want to look at it. So that is something that you can definitely do, like a quick vision board, whether it is physical or something that you're putting together on Pinterest or wherever. You can also use dim lighting and candles. You guys, I talk about this so much. I have lamps all over my home because I love that warm, soft lighting. It makes me feel so cozy versus the big overhead bright lights that I would tend to have on during the day. But whenever I want to calm myself down and wind down, I take all of those big lights off, and then it's all about that warm, soft lighting. It signals to your brain that it's time to wind down, it's time to relax. You can also put on a timer for like 5 minutes and clear and declutter a small space. This is gonna visually make it look appealing to you. Maybe you can do something simple as revamping your nightstand or clearing down some clutter that may have piled up. You can have like a candle, a lamp, or something like that that is gonna give you that visual, beautiful look to instantly calm you down versus all of the clutter and the mess that was there previously. Even clearing your desk can immediately improve your sense of well-being. You can make it aesthetically pleasing. You can have things that you love so that you feel inspired whenever you sit down to get work done versus feeling overwhelmed and triggered because everything is just a mess. You can hang up photos that you love of your friends, your family, your pets. You can hang these up on your fridge. You can do a collage that you can put on the wall. You can do memory keeping or junk journaling, scrapbooking, whatever you call it. I love doing that so much. I am far behind on it for this year, but I am aiming to do it. And it makes me feel so happy whenever I open up my junk journal and I look at all of these beautiful memories. It instantly makes me feel better. You can go for a drive or a walk, and I'm sure that you must have heard one person at some point in your life say that they go for a drive to clear their head or they go for a walk to make them feel better. It's because when you go and do something scenic like that, like taking a drive to go to the beach, it's so refreshing. Even when you go for a walk, just being outside in nature, these things can immediately soothe the anxiety that you may be feeling. Something fun and different is stargazing. You can look up and just have a different perspective than always just looking down or looking around you. Lie back and look up at the stars. You can have fresh flowers that instantly cheers me up. And something that is so simple that you can do right now as you're watching this video is maybe change your phone background. Sometimes we get so accustomed seeing the same thing on our phone over and over, and it's just become meh. But then when you change your background on your phone or your wallpaper or your lock screen on your devices, and you look at it, it's like a whole new device, honestly. It's like a whole new phone. Like, that's how I feel when I switch my wallpaper out. So if you are feeling not in the best mood, you can switch it to something that makes you feel happy, like the beach or travel or just beautiful places and spaces. That is going to make you feel instantly better. Remember that you're trying to step away from visual chaos that can feel overstimulating and instead opt for soft, peaceful visuals that tell your brain that it is time to rest. Remember that your brain literally takes thousands of visual cues. We don't even realize it's happening. It literally happens within seconds. So simplifying what you see, what you have your mind focusing on, what you look at, it can significantly reduce your stress and your anxiety. Next up is something that you are probably so familiar with already, and that is sound. This is where you reset your mood through what you're listening to. A big example, when you listen to music and you instantly feel better, that is because sound bypasses your thinking mind and it connects directly to your nervous system. Music or ambient noise can have drastic impacts on you. So think about the difference when you go to a nightclub and you have that rave music, that loud music, versus going into an aesthetic spa. You will literally never hear that kind of music there. You would hear slow, calming beats. And that is because of the way that music has an impact directly on your nervous system. You can listen to nature sounds. For me, rain is a huge one. I put on rain on my iPad and this is how I fall asleep. It calms me down so much. That white noise, that brown noise that you can listen to. You can even listen to the fireplace crackling. It's so soothing. I love doing it at the end of the year, like November, December. You have that crackling fireplace sound. It makes you feel so good. It boosts your mood immediately. There's also the ASMR techniques. My brother is obsessed with this. He literally would listen to all of the ASMR sounds to fall asleep because it calms him down. ASMR triggers your brain's pleasure as well as your comfort response. So that is why people like whispering, tapping, rustling sounds, because it creates that sensory relaxation that feels good. Lo-fi beats is a huge one. I love when I'm working and I just put on like cafe music on YouTube. Oh my goodness, it gives you that really nice work vibe. It immediately lifts my spirit. It makes me feel good. It boosts my mood because of the beats, because of the music, that soft calming music in the background. You can also listen to guided meditations or affirmations. You can find these on YouTube. These are things that is going to pull you away from what is currently happening. This helps you to reframe those anxious thoughts, especially at times when you feel like if you're spiraling and everything is happening in your mind, when you have those chaotic thoughts. You feel as if you can't calm yourself down, simply start listening to one of these things. Humming or singing. This goes back to when you were a child and you were We're able to sleep, like babies sleep when they're being hummed to or sung to. It's the same thing, like your voice can kind of soothe you. So even humming something can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part that is responsible for rest. If you really want to get into it, there are things called binaural beats, and these are audio tracks designed to influence your brainwave activity. You can literally use your headphones if you want to really zone out, or you can just play it in the background as well, or right before you go to sleep. Sound affects your nervous system faster than your thought. Let's get a little bit into bio. Your ears are literally wired to your vagus nerve, which is what regulates your heart rate and your emotional state. If you don't believe me, something that you can do is during the sad part of a movie, you can literally mute it and see if it is as sad as listening to it with the soundtrack. You know, they cue that soundtrack of emotional music that makes you literally start bawling your eyes out. It's because it is literally bypassing your thoughts, your thinking mind, and connecting with your nervous system. And that is why music is so important when it comes to soundtracks to movies and shows. Some other simple practical steps: you can call someone. Just pick up your phone and call someone. Hearing someone's voice that you know and that you love and that you trust on the other line can instantly make you feel better. You can listen to an audiobook. Just hearing someone else's voice can be really soothing to your nervous system. You can recite positive affirmations to yourself, or you can put on a video to do it. Just repeating those powerful statements again, you're hearing it and it is reframing those anxious thoughts that are causing you to spiral. You can put on a comforting YouTube video or vlog. This is what I do. This is my guilty pleasure whenever I'm doing chores around the house. I love doing that. It makes me feel good just having someone else talk in the background. I love it. I hope that you guys feel the same way, like when you're doing things and you're listening to my videos. That would be seriously so amazing, because I know how good it feels to listen to my comfort YouTubers. Next up is smell. You can ground your body with scent. Have you ever sprayed a perfume or smelled a perfume on someone and it made you feel so happy? There's a reason for that, and that is because scent is tied very closely to memory and emotion. And here's a fun fact: scent is processed in the same part of your brain that processes trauma. And that is why when you smell certain things, it can evoke different emotions. If you smell something, it can trigger a sense of nausea, it can not make you feel good, or it can make you feel happy or nostalgic. A comforting scent can literally transport you to a place where you felt comforted or safe. Think about if we smell homemade bread, we might remember a good time in our childhood, or someone that we loved making that bread, or the perfume that someone we loved used to wear, or something that we wear that immediately transports us back to a time in our life where we felt really happy or carefree. This can help you feel incredibly grounded when you start feeling anxious or overwhelmed. Some quick fixes: immediately you're probably thinking about it, and that is aromatherapy or essential oils. Having those scents like lavender, eucalyptus, ylang ylang, soothing citrus scents, even those clean, crisp scents can immediately boost your mood and make you feel better. It can drag you out and take you away from those spiraling, overwhelmed moments, because you're smelling something different to just wake your senses up. Something that you can do is have those essential oil roll-ons. It can come in a balm, so you can have like a lavender balm that you apply to like your pressure points so you can smell it and immediately feel better. It can be in those roller bottles where you can just roll it onto your wrist, your temples. You can even smell it. Using those calming scents on your pressure and your pulse points can immediately reduce your anxiety levels. So this is something that you can keep on you if you're someone who tends to be emotionally overstimulated or just prone to having those anxious racing thoughts. You can light a scented candle or have a diffuser, or use those, we call those sticks, those incense sticks. Having those beautiful scents around your home can make you feel really good as well. Uplift you, make the space feel cozy. Scents are so important because it has that calming, nostalgic touch to it. Smelling your tea or your coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but a lot of people say that when they smell that coffee on mornings, it immediately makes life feel better. The smell of your morning drink, whatever that is enough to center you and create a calming ritual that grounds you. At night, you can use a pillow spray. I have this one. It has lavender and patchouli, I think, and it helps to create that soothing sleep environment. You can also smell something familiar like your favorite perfume or your partner's shirt, or just a comforting item, anything that is really associated with peace and safety. You can also have the fresh flowers and herbs in your house, things like rosemary, mint, peonies, roses, fresh blooms to smell whenever you need to reset. Or you can do something simple, which I'm really into recently, and that is baking. I love baking little cakes. it makes me feel so happy, and it again gives that really nostalgic feeling. Number 5 is taste. You can anchor yourself in the present by mindfully eating. Mindful eating activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest. When you eat, you actually engage multiple senses. You can visually see what you're eating, you can taste what you're eating, you can feel what you're eating because you can feel it when it's crunchy, and this is why it can be a powerful grounding technique when you feel anxious. It is unfortunately also why there's a lot of taboo when it comes to eating, especially because it is tied so much to your emotions. But this is why we're going to be talking about ways that you could be mindfully eating. So when you eat and you're tasting things, it can immediately bring you back to the present. It makes it perfect for grounding you, especially during episodes of anxiety or being triggered. When you eat mindfully, it can actually help you reconnect with your body and the present moment. That is why when done intentionally, eating or sipping something comforting becomes a grounding ritual. So something as simple that you can probably relate to is having a warm beverage. It literally feels warm from the inside out. Having that matcha or the coffee that we mentioned earlier, having a cup of tea. I have been drinking tea like no other for the past few weeks. Ever since my brother left, I have just been on a tea binge because it makes me feel so much better. It soothes me whenever I start feeling that anxiety because he's no longer here and he's at university. Herbal teas like chamomile can help you relax. Peppermint can help you with digestion. You can also have comfort foods, but in moderation. This is all about eating mindfully and being intentional. This is not about drowning our emotions by binge eating or eating tons of fast food or unhealthy things that's gonna make us feel like shit after. Something that I made recently that's absolutely delicious is this banana split, but it's not with ice cream. It literally is with banana yogurt as well as fresh fruits and a drizzle of Nutella. It hits that ice cream spot, it hits that craving, it makes me feel good without overdoing it. So again, it is those mindful, intentional choices. Something as simple as having a bite of dark chocolate can immediately release those feel-good chemicals that feels indulgent and grounded. It literally triggers dopamine, and by the way, I have an entire video on how you can create a dopamine menu, those feel-good chemicals that's gonna make you instantly feel good. I will link in that video so you can go ahead and check it out if you would like to create your own dopamine menu that you can easily choose from whenever you're feeling those bouts of anxiety. Mindful eating also involves actually being in the present and focusing on chewing your food and focusing on the taste, texture, and smell of your food brings you back into the present. This is why taste is so important, like we mentioned, because it involves the other senses. When you chew something with texture or something that is crunchy, so like dried fruit or carrots or just something like that, you're literally engaging your jaw. And remember that we talked about one of the points that actually holds stress and tension is your jaw. So by actually chewing your food and chewing something crunchy like that, it is going to release that stress and tension. If you feel like if you're spiraling, chew gum or have a mint. That immediate burst of peppermint in your mouth is going to redirect those spiraling thoughts and bring you back to the present moment, which is where you need to be. A cute little idea is to try a tea subscription box. So you have like different teas that you can sample from and taste and really see how they make you feel. Something simple is to cook a homemade meal, and you can also include those fresh herbs. I actually have rosemary, which I've been including in my baked potatoes. It smells so fragrant, so delicious. And again, it's the moment of preparing it that brings me back to the moment, as well as of course enjoying something that I've made. Your sense of taste is so important because it immediately directs you back to the moment and moves you away from those anxious and dissociative states. Number 6 is movement. Of course, you probably knew I was going to mention this at some point, and this is really big because emotions and trauma are stored in your body. This is why sometimes when you don't deal with things and you don't process your trauma and emotions, it can literally manifest as sickness, like being ill, being struck in your body. It can manifest as autoimmune diseases, lack of sleep, just feeling awfully. Have you ever heard someone saying that your body is literally gonna make you take a break? And how does it do that? It does it because you start feeling sick, you start feeling unwell, and that is often a sign that your body is saying, hold on, you need to slow down. When you move, you give your emotions somewhere to go, and that is why movement is so important. It's not just about exercising to lose weight or whatever the case may be. You are releasing those emotions. You're giving it somewhere else to go other than in your body, trapped to make you feel sick. Gentle, intuitive movement helps to release that built up tension and signals to your brain and your body that you are safe again. Movement helps to metabolize stress and send signals that danger has passed. Even a few minutes of gentle movement can shift your mood entirely. That is why stretching feels so good. That is why going for a walk feels so good. It's because you're releasing and moving those things out of your body. This literally helps you to process your emotions physically. Think about yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, stretching, gentle, simple movements focused on your breath that is going to bring you back to the moment and ground you. Dancing freely without judgment, put on some music, dance around your house. How good do you feel after you do that? It releases dopamine, oxytocin, it reduces your cortisol level, your stress, it instantly recharges you and boosts your mood. Breath and movement, those are very important as well. Never underestimate the power of taking a breath before you say something, before you speak, before you deal with something. Take a deep breath, count to 3. How different do you feel after you do that? That in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, take a deep breath, hold it for 3 seconds. All of those things literally tells your body that it is safe. This is literally a free technique that you can use. Nothing is stopping you from using that. Next time you're feeling the chaos and the spiraling thoughts, pause. Take a moment, go within, have those deep breaths and see how different you feel. You can also walk barefoot. I'm a huge fan of walking barefoot, you guys. Walking on grass, touching grass. You ever heard that? I'm sure you did. It literally has that grounding effect. You reconnect with your body. Even 5 minutes of walking can instantly regulate your nervous system. I love my walking pad. You guys know I sing this song all the time because it literally has changed my life. I feel so much better. You can literally shake out the tension in your body. Just like shake out your arms, shake out your legs. A lot of animals do this after a period of stress as well. It is because it makes you feel good. It's like a physical way to just release that tension. You're processing your emotions through your physical movement. Something else you can do is foam rolling. You can literally roll out the tension that you feel within your body as well. Again, it's all about that movement. So last up, stay with me, you guys. We talked about our senses and how it can help us with our anxiety and spiraling thoughts. We talked about movement, how our emotions can be processed physically. And now I wanted to share with you some grounding techniques. These are things that are going to pull you back to the present moment. When we feel anxious or dysregulated, our thoughts tend to move between the past and the future. We're never in the present moment. We're starting to spiral. Think about it when something is happening to you. You're thinking about something that was in the past or thinking about what is going to happen in the future. But these are techniques that is going to ground you and bring you back into the now, into the present moments. And this is important because this is how you're going to feel safe again. This is how you're going to tell your body, hey, calm down. It's okay. Everything is okay. We're good. This breaks the whole spiral and it gives you a sense of control. A simple technique is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So in times of anxiety, emotional overstimulation, getting triggered, you are literally going to identify 5 things that you can see, then 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. This is literally a full body sensory reset. It incorporates all of the things that we just mentioned, all of the senses that we're using to bring you back into the present moment. Next up, something simple, a splash of cold water on your hands or on your face. You feel so good when you wash your face. It is because that cold water is bringing you back to the present moment. It literally calms your body instantly. If you don't remember the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method in the moment, you can start naming objects around you. I would be like cat tree, book, mirror, just redirecting those spiraling thoughts into focusing in the moment on what you can see. Something simple. Sit down or lie down on the floor, feeling the ground underneath you. It regulates you. It reminds your body that you're supported and you can simply breathe as you sit on the floor or breathe as you lay on the floor. Some people can carry a grounding object that they can hold that grounds them. So this can be like a crystal, a token, just something that means something to you so that whenever you put your hands in your pocket or whenever you hold it in your hands, it can bring you back to that present moment. If you try these grounding techniques, you can find that it literally pulls you out of those spiraling, chaotic moments. Remember that you do not have to wait to have a complete mental breakdown or breakdown of whatever in order to make yourself feel better. The more you practice self-soothing, the more your body is going to learn that it is a safe space. It really is about feeling emotionally safe when life gets messy, and life is always going to get messy, you guys. That's life. And the more you do it, the more you practice it, the more you're consistent with it, the more it will become a habit, and your body is automatically going to start switching into these self-soothing techniques. These are long-term tools for your emotional safety and self-trust. So I would really love to know. Comment and let me know which one of these techniques are you going to try the next time that you feel emotionally overstimulated, anxious, triggered, burnt out, whatever the case may be. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up. It means so much to me. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss anything else on my channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.